Oh no! Oh no! The ship! We're crashing! Hello everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome back to Rimworld. I promised you when Rimworld came out of early access and hit 1.0, I would do another run through of the game. A full run through is the plan, and that happened yesterday. I'm very excited. I've loved Rimworld from day one. Rimworld, if you don't know what it is a colony management game. You'll get the idea pretty quickly. And for those who love simulation games, it's kind of like Dwarf Fortress Light in a weird way. So we're gonna start a brand new colony and we're gonna run through and hopefully succeed playing ourselves a little Rimworld, baby. I love this game. It's one of my favorite of all time. So let's start a new colony. We're gonna do our usual, just straight up crash landed. It's been a while since I've played, so diving into something crazy like Naked Brutality or Lost Tribe, not really something I want to mess with too much. We will, as always, do Cassandra Classic, as we always are. And we will go, and basically what these are is like varying different ways that random events happen. And we'll go with medium. And I don't know, yeah, we'll go with medium. We might as well just play a medium run, be happy. We will go reload at any time in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. Then again, if things go so bad that even an old save file can't save us, we'll just start a new run. And we'll go ahead and hit next. So our seed is gonna be dagger. Rainfall is fine, normal is fine, globe coverage. Let's see what this says. The planet is always the same diameter, but since it's far larger than needed for play, we don't generate the whole surface because it can take a very long time. This is the percentage of the surface that you want generated. Let's go 50%. Let's go with the 50% of the surface is generated. And we're gonna generate the planet that our survivors are gonna be crash landing on. Let's see what happened. Wow, all right, and here is the planet that we are going to be crashing on. So, it may look crazy to you. It still looks a little crazy to me, but if you look around, basically all these are just like settlements across the world. So this is all randomly made, and half the planet is obviously just water, while the half is gonna be continents and landfall because, you know, that's just how it works because we chose to do it that way. We chose to spawn the world that way. We've got the Rizzo Expanse in the north, and we've got the Canados Expanse in the south, and everything in between. All these things are other settlements. So for here, we've got ourselves the Imp Crooks. They are a pirate settlement. They'll probably, you know, raid us if we settle nearby. We've got a little tribal settlement. This is Abeka, the Nema of the Meadow. We are neutral with them. These guys are always hostile. And then over here is Hope Cave. They're the Terbium faction. I assume that means they're a much bigger settlement. So what we want to do is pick where we want to settle here. Basically wherever you end up settling, if you see in the bottom left, it changes like the little aspects of it. So if we were to settle, say, right here in the West Blue Feather Fen, it's difficulty of movement of 4 because we're in the swamps. So, and we're gonna deal with very moist situation, moist. Whereas if we go somewhere more desertish, very easy movement, but we're gonna be dealing with not a lot of rainfall. Growing crops is gonna be problematic or difficult because it's gonna be so hard to grow them at certain times. So I like personally, especially since it's been so long since I've played, I want to settle where there's a few settlements around us. We could potentially trade with them and hopefully kind of grow our relations with our nearby area, but keep it far, not far, but a good distance away from potentially hostile zones. So right here, near Troy's Bluff Basin, we actually have a couple of little tribal settlements along some trade routes, as well as some more bigger settlements, and one pirate settlement, the Imp Crooks, which is, you know, same ones up here, near Scimitar Creek. So if we settle, if we get really, really close and we pick, say, right here, it's temperate forest. It's easy to move. We're near a river. We could even build near the river if we wanted to, which might end up making it more defensible for us in the long run. We've also got this over here, which is their little settlement. I guess we could maybe try and settle there. Interesting. I'm curious though, do we want to settle near this road? We're near the ancient asphalt road. Interesting. Or we could go near here, a little river aspect, or we can go some mountainous area. A little bit of mountain might not be a bad idea because we could dig into the mountain. So why don't we pick like right here, temperate forest, small hills, and we're near a few areas that we could potentially trade with, which could be really cool. I wonder what advanced does. Oh, just a starting area. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that. These are the factions, by the way. The Imp Crooks are a pirate band. The Guaca of the Crag are just a savage tribe. A gentle tribe of the Nema is the Meadow. Terbium is a rough outlander union. And then Lawler is a civil outlander union. So we've got a few places that we can deal with. And right now, we are currently going to be settling near the Guaca Crag and Terbium. Wow, everything is going to be a little hostile to us, but we'll make do. All right, so the question now is, who do we take? Oh, this is a little different. So these are the people on our ship, and we get to choose who we take and who we leave behind. Now, the people that we leave behind could be people that show up later on, either crash landing somewhere else on the planet and they end up seeing us, or landing nearby at a later date. So we want to see who we've got immediately. And right now we've got this person, Elizabeth. She's a good cook, good with plants, good with animals, very social, very, very smart. And she has an ex-husband, Benjamin, who we probably will want to leave behind here, that she'll have kind of a bad relationship with if they end up together in the same settlement. She is in good health and team skills. That's interesting. I don't know what team skills are. Just, I guess, stuff you could do with other people. She's not incapable of anything. She's a transhumanist. Rascal feels limited in her feeble human body. She often dreams of being enhanced by artificial body parts. Something to think about if we ever want to give her psionic or cyber arms and such. She's industrious, so she's got a good work speed and gourmand. She's got good cooking, and but she's hungry more often. We'll take it. I don't know who I want this to be. I think I'm gonna name this Jesse. I want the 3 landing to be the Chilluminati boys, myself, Alex, and Jesse. So we'll go with Jesse Cox, and his nickname is Rascal. I'm okay with that, but that's Jesse. Rascal. You know what? Let's just go ahead and call him Jesse. Jesse is his nickname. That's kind of what his identifier is gonna be. Followed by Terabyte. Terabyte is not particularly promising looking right out the gate. They're not capable of anything violent or cooking. So we're gonna ditch Terabyte right away. We've got Jet the paramedic, which we don't want just because it's got some nasty things going on over here. And they're a psychopath, which is never fun. Graham is a builder. Okay. Graham is incapable of doing anything intellectual or cooking. They're ugly, they're sickly, and they're tough. But if they are connected with Jet, which they're not gonna be, they'd have a good relationship with them right away. They're very artistic. Their medical skills are good, which we do need a good medic. It very well might worth taking, but we can also randomize them up a bit, so we can kind of gamble a little. Ooh, okay. Ooh, what do we have here? Incapable of nothing, no health, no relations. They're cannibals. Squint was taught that eating human meat is wrong and horrible, but one time long ago he tried it and he liked it. And they're volatile, so their mental break threshold is a little bit lower. They can end up breaking a little easier. You know what? I like it. They're very capable of medical and intellectual. This is Alex to a T. Let's go minus the cannibal part. So we'll just call this Alex Faciane. Okay, and then Ben. The ex-wife of Jesse. We can't have Ben. Ooh, Scrooge, the escaped convict. They're caring. They're incapable of caring. Sounds useful. They're a careful shooter, so they're very good at shooting. Their accuracy is higher, and they're fast walkers. Crafter, social, plants, animals, construction. Let's do it. So this will be me. Mike is my actual name, by the way, but we'll have my identifier be Mathis Martin. So who are the rest gonna be? I'm down for just going random, not gonna look, random, perfect, random, perfect, random, great, random. All right, we could run into them in a little later. Yet Yutaka is a medieval lord. All right, well, you know, Dean lived in a dungeon all of his life. I imagine at some point he broke out in this fictional world and you know, became his own individual person. So Dean will be that person. Grace will be Kate. Hey, Kate. Kate, and we can just go Kate. Letuerno. It was fine, good enough. Lexi is Dean's ex-husband. Interesting. Who do we want to make Dean's ex-husband? Sure. Ooh. The brother is, this is the sister of Alex. Why don't we go, who do we want Dean's ex-husband to be? Bear. Bear. Now, Bear, I know you're a male, but you know, in this world, you're a female. That's fine. Joyce will be Northern NL, Lion. NL, that'll be Northern Lion. And Vera will be, who do we want Vera to be? Vera can be Mouth. Mouth is Vera, so welcome to the team, Mouth. Mouth, 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 Mouth. Done. Okay, and that's everybody. So now let's rocket towards Earth and see what our start is looking like right out the gate. Also, bear with me. It's been a while since I've played, so I'm going to be fumbling a little bit with some of the commands. The three of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. And so, there we are, landing. Let's let them all go. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and make everything unrestricted so people can do what they need to. So who's our best shot? Let's take a look real quick, because we want to get these guys kind of equipped. So let's see. Shooting is 0, 3, and 3. So Jesse, one of us is a careful shot, right? I am. So let's take the rifle. Jesse will get this, and Alex will get the dagger. He's gonna shank a fool if they get close. Okay, so that's gonna be that. Right out the gate, we have a couple, taking a look at the area around us. We've got a lake above us here. We've got some food up here as well. A little zone here, and what looks like remnants of what potentially was a little civilization or an attempt at a civilization at some point. A few little hills around us that we can use, and my immediate gut reaction says, just start building over here, and eventually we can make this defensible. We've got some walls we can claim as our own. There's nothing here to say it's not, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and do that. That's ours, and this as well. I should probably just click everything and claim it as ours. Who knows, we can either break these down for supplies or incorporate it into our world at some point. Okay, big things to start. Let's get some zones up and running. We want a stockpile zone where we're stocking all of our useful objects. And we can kind of just do a little 8x8 there. And we want a trash stockpile as well, which we can kind of just dump up here as our trash zone. Outside of that, we want little sleeping areas. Let's see what these guys end up doing. Oh, we've got a puppo as well. Otto. Well, hey, Otto. Let's hope you live long enough. Oh, we actually have a steam geyser nearby too for potential power. So we might want to build here instead. That might not be a bad call. Building over here gives us access to this pretty early. There's so many new things. Hopefully Dean will cut out all the dead air. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and start building a little zone, a little protective area we can all sleep in. It doesn't need to be too big. 8x8 is fine. And we can just slap a door right in the front. And then here is basically where we're gonna say, all right, for now, this is where you guys are all gonna sleep. So sleep, sleep, sleep. And there should be an animal one as well, just to keep the pup safe. So we'll go ahead and unpause and hopefully they'll start building. Everybody's equipping themselves right away. We have some flak pants, which might not be a bad thing. And we can speed up time a bit as well. Drafting for combat, storage tabs, all that other nonsense. So let's go ahead and speed things along. Everybody's gonna start building. Math is really getting to work right away. The first thing, another thing we wanna do as well is pop up a sign tab. No. Work tab, and make sure everybody's doing everything. At least for now. At least the things that they like doing as too. Everybody can hunt, and you want everybody constructing, mining, growing, plant cutting, all of the essentials to get this thing up and running. And we're also going to go ahead and start zoning out some farming areas. We want to farm pretty quickly, so we can get little farm areas up and running, little 5x5 plots, where we can start growing things. We'll have a potato plant growing here. We can get rice growing over here. Ooh, we want to delete that because of the geyser. We're gonna delete that one as well. And we'll just zone it out kind of like this instead. So we got potatoes. We also want to make sure we've got some heel root growing. Oh, no one can grow heel root yet. So we'll get strawberries because that requires a skill of 5. And I guess just some more potatoes. So we got 2 potatoes, some rice, and strawberries to grow here. We've also got potential hunting happening here as well. Little construction botch, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna roof this area up. Jesse and Mathis are. Alex is getting to growing, and Jesse is gonna go ahead and start chopping down some trees in here. Okay, good. We've got our first little zone going. Our first little sleeping zone. Eventually what we're gonna end up doing is building separate bedrooms for everybody, but for now it's just very basic stuff. So let's go ahead and do another kind of 8x8 zone. And this is gonna be our kind of community dining hall, just to start. We can get some furniture in here as well. We can go by, ooh, that's a big table, man. I don't know if we need a table that large. We can put a table here, and we're just gonna slap a few stools around it so we can sit around and hang out and chat and eat when food is all ready and such. Let's also start queuing up some nearby trees for chopping them down. And you know what? Let's actually go ahead and say, no, that's not the zone I want. I want the stockpile zone a little closer. We'll just put the stockpile there. And hopefully everybody can stockpile it. One of the big things we want to do is change its settings and allow everything but corpses. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do, just no corpses get thrown there. I don't want any dead things being tossed. Mathis is actually relaxing. He's already tired. He's had a long day. What can I say? I wonder if we can start setting up a little bit of hunting. All right. Jesse is just going buck fucking wild. Good God. Jesse. I'm gonna draft you and move you and put you back here. Mathis is a careful shot. He's not doing great. Mathis, I'd like you to not be there. Well, you gotta get your gun thing up eventually. Just don't shoot anybody. An accidental shot this early could go really poorly. Yeah, you get him, buddy. You get him. He's gonna bleed out. If we look at his health, he's severe blood loss. He has a bunch of gun shots. I don't know why I'm struggling. There it is. Boom. And I just put him out of his misery, and we're gonna slap him over here. I think what I want to do is cancel this out actually, and we'll go structure, and we'll immediately start looking to build a kitchen of a sort anyway. We can do an area we can start butchering over here. I think that's gonna be needed. So if we go for production, we can just get a butcher's table up and running. It's outdoors, it's fine. Oh, we need power too. We don't get, oh shit. We don't get solar panels right away. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, okay, this looks very different. This looks very, very, very different than what it used to look like. How interesting. Well, let's get that down. We're gonna chop these out of here. You saw the little zones that were highlighted. If there's anything in front or behind those zones, the effectiveness of the power produced by the windmill is lessened. So I don't want that to be the case. Look at all this blood. Man, that was a bit of a violent start, but we're gonna try and make the best of it. And we're gonna wanna make like a refrigerated area as well. In fact, we might wanna cancel that. And let's go ahead and put up another structure over here. Let's do it like this. We'll cancel that. And we can make this a refrigerated zone. We'll put a door there. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I really want to get some of that stuff kind of set quickly. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. And we can actually queue this up to be deconstructed for parts. This is a piece of our spaceship that crash landed with us. All right, so we'll see how this ends up going. Hopefully well. Okay, we're gonna bring this down. Mathis is gonna start working on that. Jesse's getting this butchering table up. He botched the construction, but that's fine. He can give it another shot. And he got that working good this time. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. You're doing such a good job. We can get bedrolls up. We have no cloth, though. I don't know if we necessarily want to make that a big concern. We're gonna deconstruct that as well. So what we're gonna want to make since this is gonna be our refrigeration area, one of the things we're gonna want to do is put up a cooler. It fits into the wall, cool air comes in out and hot air goes out one side, can be used to cool down rooms during the summer or create a walk-in freezer, which is exactly what we want it to do. So we want a walk-in freezer, and this shows where the hot air is gonna go. We'll go ahead and blow the hot air out the back end, and we'll put the freezer there. It's not gonna matter too much right away. We need power flowing in here, but a walk-in freezer this early is gonna be good. Passive cooler, traditionally unpowered cooler that works by water evaporation, must be regularly replenished with wood. Not efficient enough to refrigerate food. So this is just something to keep us cool. Right now, the temperature outside is what? What are we looking at? Because we're gonna need 24 degrees Celsius. Excuse me, I'm an American. Can we get that in American temperatures, please? Fahrenheit, thank you. So it's 75 out. It's actually a little warm. It's not too bad. It's be comfortable by my standards, but everything seems to be fine. That should be fine. Everybody's mental mood is actually pretty good as well. Everybody's going around grabbing food, stashing it. All right, there's that, and there's that. So what we want to do is take power, and we want to draw some power conduits across, and we can just kind of run them into the building itself. And we'll eventually use that to power some turrets as well. It's some nice looking stuff, man. I like it. So we want to chop down some plants here so it has less stuff in front of it. I don't think it's going to generate too much power right out the gate, but we can also pop a battery in there as well to start. Ooh, nope, we can't do batteries. Ooh, okay, interesting. So we're gonna need to put just like a generator. All right, let's put the generator in here. This will be good just for power over time. We can't build batteries or anything right now. Interesting. That's usually like something you can do right away, but I guess not. Not now anyway. Weird. Not a bad thing, just weird. So this is actually producing some stuff, but we can't store any power, which is unfortunate. This looks like it is storing a little bit of power on its own, but we're gonna need to build our own. We're definitely gonna need to build our own power source. Okay. I know we need defenses, game, thank you. Right now, I don't know, man. As far as defenses are concerned, we can't do too much. We can do sandbags and that's about it. We can do like little traps. What's Jesse doing? Jesse is just straight up cloud watching. He doesn't care. Life is good and let life pass him by. Got it. And we're gonna put some power in, which is gonna allow us to power that. So what we wanna do is make a stockpile zone in here. And what we're gonna do with this is say only meals and raw food and animal corpses can go in there because we're gonna wanna butcher them and we want the corpses to stay well. Everything else can go away except for medicine. I want medicine to be in there and I don't know where that is. Medicine goes in there, drugs is fine, mortar shells, all that nonsense is fine. We'll get rid of that. Drugs though, drugs and meds, 100% goes in. Textiles, not a big deal. But I want medicine in there for sure. Okay. And we're gonna make this priority critical. All food goes in there. And then now that we have that, no food goes in here. I don't want any drugs here, no medicine here. I want everybody to take care of things and move them all in there. Meals as well. Everything goes in here to stick. And that's how I want that to go. And I also want this to be critical as well, so make sure people are stashing things. But that's the idea, keep things going. So I want to bring this down to like a frozen temperature where everything's gonna start getting refrigerated. See how the spoil is going, it's taking longer and longer? That's what we want. All right, that in mind, we definitely want to start chopping wood. We're gonna need to be powering things with wood. So we're gonna need to be chopping trees down. And we can take a look at our jobs and we can start thinking about who we want doing what. So right now it's just like, we let them prioritize on their own, but we're gonna do manual priorities and we're gonna start manually prioritizing what we want each person to do depending on what they're good at. So Jesse is a very good warden. We're gonna go ahead and make sure he's a warden. That's if we take anybody prisoner. He's a good cook. I want him to be cooking as well. And if he's not cooking, Alex can cook, but he's not a very good one. So we want him to cook just to be, you know, decent at it. Alex is a great doctor though, and everybody I want patience being a patient when you're sick, and firefighting when you're sick to be number 1 as well, and bed rest to be a number 2 priority. What's basic? Unskilled and easy task, release prisoners and flick switches. Okay, so that's fine. Everybody can flick switches and release prisoners in number 1. Math is an amazing miner. I want him to be mining as one of his main priority. Construction can be everybody's main priority, even if they're not very good at it right now. I want to make sure people are doing that. Plant cutting as well. We can have Alex and Jesse make sure that they're cutting plants and Mathis at when he's needed. Smithing, not a big deal right now. Hauling, that can be a number 2. Researching, when the time comes, everybody can start researching. And cleaning, number 2 priority. Growing, 100% a number 1 priority for everybody. And we can do hunting as well, if needed. So that way everybody's kind of prioritized what they're good at, and they'll make sure they're doing what they're good at first, and then move on from there. As you can see, they were cleaning, and now they're gonna move around and do their own thing, and make sure they're hauling it at the appropriate time. We need all the wood we can get. Like I said, the earlier, the better. So let's go to this butchering table, and let's add a bill. We wanna butcher creatures forever. Whenever we get a creature, we wanna butcher it for its parts. We also wanna make sure that we have ourselves an oven of a type. I guess we can only really do an electric one of a metal. Not a big deal, but kind of annoying. I wish we had a stone one, but we'll go ahead and drop that there. And we're gonna do a simple research bench as well in here, so we can research when the time comes to learn more and better technology. So there we go, Jesse butchered it. We ended up getting a stack of gazelle meat, and we've got some plain leather that we can use to craft better clothing later on for our colonists, for better things. All right, we wanna make sure we're cooking simple meals as well. Do until we have 10. I think 10 right now is fine. So we're gonna be cooking simple meals until we have 10, and then they'll stop. So we're gonna take those and we're gonna make meals so we have something to eat, and they're gonna be, you know, decent quality as best we can with our simple skills. Let's go ahead and layer those down to chop down. And like I said, as you can see, our main priorities are getting a stable source of food and a stable source of electricity fast. And we've kind of nailed that. We have a visitor. A weaver from the Nema in the meadow is visiting the colony. His name is Labi Leguis. So he's gonna hang out. They're neutral. They can hang out and chill if they want, unless he gets murdered by a grizzly bear on the way, which is possible, but we should be fine for now. I also want to change our home. I want to clear this. Now, granted, these are all ours, but when you claim something as yours, it becomes part of your home zone. And what that means is something bad happens over here or something catches fire, your people will drop everything to go put out the fire, and it's too far away for me to give a shit right now, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, we have technology, research. How do we get batteries? Right away, I want batteries being researched, so let's hope that works. Let's also go ahead and get some lighting happening in here. We have no lights, and that's gonna make people kind of miserable if we continue with no lights for a while. So let's just get a typical standing lamp here and here. And we can put one, we can leave that in there. It's supposed to be dark so that there's no light to keep them up. Hey, Labby, how's it going? So after our first couple days, Mathis is in good spirits right now. He's, soaking wet, slept in the cold, slept on the ground, darkness, unsightly environment. But he's got low expectations. He's not worried about it. He's got optimism as well, and a spacious interior. Alex, very similarly, but he's got an awful barrack. He's not happy with his barracks. And Jesse is, similar. So, overall, we're not happy with our environment, but we worked hard. And we've earned ourselves a little peace and quiet, so we're sitting around a table just having a chat, talking about the crashing of the spaceships and how horrible everything was up until now, and we're just kind of taking a breather. Hopefully impressed with our accomplishments over the course of a couple of days. We've got light now, which is good. We've needed it. And we need to start ordering ourselves some mining. So Mathis is a miner, and we have some metals over here and over here, and we need to start stockpiling metal so we can continue to build. And hopefully we will. Hopefully we'll get some mining done pretty quickly. Now, we don't want to mine in too far because it could risk a collapse of the caves themselves onto our head and kill us, but we have metals. We actually have some metals around. It looks like we've gotten all of the food that we left around as well. All right, our visitor came in. Basically, he probably came to check out, saw the crashing of the ship, wasn't too far from where they lived. They maybe sent a scout out to check out what's going on. He popped up, visited, said, okay, people settling in, maybe a crashed ship. Didn't talk to us, which is a little surprising, and then bounced. And here we are. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, we should give our faction a name. We're the Chilluminati. And of course, we're in the, what do we want to call this one? We'll call this Area 51, where aliens crash landing on a planet. That's what we are. Your faction is now known as the Chilluminati, and we crash landed on Area 51. The morning rises, the sun piercing through the rainy clouds at best it can. But the storm is bringing wind and powering our things. And while we all sleep together, the dawn of a new day brings promise. And here is where we'll end the episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's good to be back into Rimworld. I hope you're excited to continue. I know I am. And I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.
We like to gamble. 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 We like to gamble.